Righto, this is going to be my last opportunity for a few weeks to review this new bike path in Kings Park. Now, this one is being constructed along Kings Park Avenue and it's still not open yet. There is another section of bike path down along or down near the University of Western Australia, and it's open now, and it's very similar to this. It's made out of red concrete, and I did a video on that some time ago. Now this path is still closed. This was filmed on a Sunday when there was no work going on it, and yeah, we're not supposed to be on the path, me and that lady, but you know, what the heck? Decided I'd go and have a look and see what progress was like. So it's, you know, it's like most shared paths in Perth. It's reasonably wide. It's really obvious because well, it's really easy to see, to find, because obviously it's covered in red stuff. They've actually put red pigment into the concrete. It's not just painted on the surface. And you can see in some places where they've actually, the concreters have dumped a little bit of spare concrete, and it's all red. So yeah, I guess New South Wales take note. If you want to encourage active transport, you want to encourage cyclists to get out and about, because it's legal for adults to ride on the footpath, you want to make it really obvious where it's legal for them to ride. And I think the simplest way of doing that is, put a pigment into the path, either whether it's asphalt or concrete, to say this is a shared path and cyclists of any age are legally allowed to use it. Now, obviously, you can see I had a bit of trouble lifting the bike over some of this tape in places to get around. Oh, look, there's some of the ubiquitous hire scooters that are now all over the Perth CBD. Uh, Interestingly, Kings Park is actually part of the Perth CBD, so the trial area, it's all geo-fenced, extends to the westernmost end of Kings Park. Now you can see while the path is still closed, that bit was still open. You could see the Rio, etc. And at this point, well, they've must have run out of concrete. Now I just thought I'd take you through what the detour looks like. Not the world's greatest detour, I've got to say. I mean, look, there's heaps of park here, and you can just walk through the trees and cross the grass or cycle through it. But yeah, completely unmarked. I don't know what they were expecting pedestrians and cyclists to do during the construction of this path, but building a detour for them was not on the plans. Now, you can see some temporary fencing on the other side of the road there. No, actually, that's in the middle of the road. There was an event going on. In a sec, we're actually going to see some temporary fencing on the other side of the road where the path is going to continue on. Now, obviously, you can see here that's still just at the compacted dirt stage, where they've just rolled it to get ready to put down I think they put a layer of aggregate down and then build or do the formwork and put the concrete on top of it. So anyway, there we have it. Now, what we're supposed to do at this point is pop out and cross the road there to our left. Uh, but for me, I would have thought the more obvious route to take would be to actually run the route down this side of Malcolm Street. Now, for whatever reason, they don't want to do that. Anyway, look, this is really interesting. Zebra crossing removed, cross with caution. It must have been years since they removed it. But obviously, at one stage, there was in fact a marked pedestrian crossing here, and they must have removed it because of concerns about it, I don't know, interfering with traffic or something like that. But I don't know how people are supposed to get across the road here because that was a flippin' busy road, and some people were doing well over the 60-kilometre-hour speed limit as they were coming along there. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with the fencing, obviously. That's where they're going to run the path on that side of the road. Now, there's a cyclist in the distance there, and I saw him pop out of here and go across that curb. Now, it's not a square curb, it's an angled curb, it's not a huge drop, but you can see in the dirt there, there's just lots and lots of tyre tracks. And he came down this very narrow path and then had to, fight his bike through the sand, and it was getting kind of quite deep because obviously a lot of bikes have gone through it and churned it up, and then jump over the curb and then head out down that road and figure out how to get into the CBD. And he wasn't quite dressed in a suit. It was more a blazer and chinos and, nice brogues kind of thing. A well-dressed bloke going into the office on an e-bike. And it struck me just at that point, really how badly thought out the detours around here were, because there's just no way, he should have been sent through the grey sand and then over a curb and then, having to reverse that on the way home. But look, it's not the end of the world. As far as lousy detours go, it's about 2 out of 10 on the scale of terribleness. I've certainly experienced much, much worse. Anyway, by the time you see this, I'll have jumped on a plane and flown back east. I may be back again this year, and if I am, I'll pop back up to Kings Park and see if this path has been completed, and if not, just give an update on it. But yeah, just wanted to show what the construction techniques are like, and just again how wide the paths are, and how easy they are to see at a distance because of the use of that red pigment. That's all for now.